That was also very swift, very, very quick. Fraudsters Otobokeyamo released this document online earlier this evening, this afternoon, right? And it is a statement, it is a court charge sheet where she has already been taken to court, charged in about 5 counts. The first count that you comfort on the 10th day of August, 2025, at about 14:30 hours, while on board Ibom here, did behave in an unruly and disorderly manner by shouting on top of your voice, abusing and assaulting the flight crew, and refusing to disembark from the aircraft after landing, and thereby committed an offense contrary to Section 41A and punishable under Section 4(2) of Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria Bylaw 2005. They said she refused to come down. No. Count 2, that you comfort on the same date did assault one Juliana Edward by slapping and hitting her cheeks with your right hand, and thereby committed an offense contrary to Section 8 of Criminal Law of Lagos State of Nigeria. Right. Count 3. Right. They said that in the aforementioned magisterial district did assault one Jokpame Shagun by hitting her face with your slippers, and thereby committed an offense contrary to Section 170 of Lagos State Criminal Law. Count 4. They said you did willfully damage the aircraft divider. So now we say there is other extra thing, apart from this court. We say they said you did willfully damaged the aircraft divider curtain valued $2,500 belonging to Ibom airline, and thereby committed an offense contrary to and punishable under Section 350 of the Criminal Laws of Lagos State. Count 5, that you comfort did willfully damaged one brooch was that belonging to Juliana Comfort. Okay, maybe they ring Juliana's a cheek with that slap. Are you following? Now, in fairness, right? In fairness, that is what should happen to you if you fight on the plane. That's what will happen to you. Whether you fight the flight crew or you fight with your fellow passenger, or you fight with your friends, any disruptive behavior comes with different kind of charges once you are arrested. In fact, sometimes if it's in the US, they will send you the bill. I heard, Abby, in the US, if you damage something inside the aircraft, after the whole thing is sorted and all that, maybe you go to jail, they still send you your bill, right? So you are owing them $16,000. Your damages is valued at, you still pay. You're still going to pay. So that's how it should be. So the only reason why we are having this chat today is because that is not how it is in their contraption. Somebody will sit down and be explaining to you, like, say, Omo, you are a blind, deaf, and dumb person. They begin to try to kind of like, it's a different one. It's, they will defend it. Find me reasons to. That's what we're talking about, the injustice, the imbalance. Tifnumbuse's son kidnapped a supposed Nan's president, beat him up, forced him to issue an apology to Sheyi, and nothing happened afterward, because nothing will happen. That's the society you have. So we shouldn't be having this conversation at all if this is not a very good textbook example or textbook definition of impunity, nepotism, as well as, inequality in the system. A system that people who are so insecure people who have a low self-esteem, right, hide behind the public power, right, to do a lot of grandstanding and show that they have this and that. And meanwhile, what they have done is to corrupt the system, compromise the system, never to really serve the people, but just to be used, their own whims and caprices and all that. So now Comfort has been locked up in Kirikiri. She's been locked up in Kirikiri maximum prison. And yeah, they're going to say, okay, she's now going to be like a Comfort, KWAMFORT versus Akwa Ibom versus Nigerian Police IG versus Lagos State. I would like to see how that ends. So the people are now advising Comfort and say, hey, Comfort, if you can hear us, how about you make a video, an apology video? Just make sure that you apologize to Tifnumbu, apologize, and hopefully you can get the same treatment. So the only thing that will be different from your treatment and that of K1 is just going to be the body pain, as well as a night or 2 nights in prison. Just make a video and say you are sorry. And, apologize to Tifnumbu twice. Maybe make it 3 times because you're not K1. And hopefully, Abiku Dabaru will see your video, apology video, and she can amplify it and tell the whole world that to her is human. To forgive is divine, Abby. Yeah, that's what she did. And Nigerians actually entered when she published a video of Kwam apologizing. And she titled it, to her is human. And Nigerians went there and said, to do prison is law. To her is man, is human. Now, when you don't err, yeah, the next thing is to do prison. But that's not what Abiku Dabaru had in mind. He just wanted to gaslight the people, make them feel like, what else do you want now? I said he's sorry. Not like I know, not like I think anything will happen to Kwam, but it's just that it thinks it's so stinky for anybody, any rational person, right, to look at all these happenings and never be moved. Like, feel like, how can a country work like this? And these are the ones that make it to the media. Many others don't. So again, we put that. We put that out there, and we wish KWAMFORT 2, Abina Kwam 2, in this adventure. So wish her very well. So leaving that aside, brethren, here in River State, they add Ibas, a fever. Yeah, it's almost time for the illegal sole administrator appointed by Kolu for the people of River State to wrap it up and possibly crawl back to wherever he crawled out from. I don't think he's crawling away anytime soon. And this is also like a two-edged sword. So I'll tell you. Tifnumbu removed the democratically elected governor without the National Assembly approval. Then he finally got the National Assembly approval, which has any base in law. And right now, Tifnumbu and his gang are trying to smuggle sole administrator. The power to appoint sole administrator, declare state of emergency. They are trying to smuggle it into your constitutional amendment. I don't know if some of you are aware of that. I don't know. But if you're not, now you do. So he committed an illegality, right? And people just ranted, people lamented, complained, and all that. And nothing happened. It's almost 6 months, though. And when this illegal guy came in, the first thing he did is to completely undo everything that Fulbara did his political appointment to is approved, promoted civil servant. So Alaye came and he removed everything and he started making his own appointments, including dissolving the electoral body of the state. Sole administrator, illegal. Somebody that was not elected is sitting and moving about, is living in government house, is sleeping in government in a governor's lodge, is signing the check on behalf of the millions of people of the state, and all people have been doing is just to rant and lament. So the illegality has possibly have become legal now, and many of them have pledged their loyalty to the guy. But here is something: there are still people who believes that this is absolute nonsense. It shouldn't be happening. How could a sole administrator that has no real basis in law or your constitution have such power like executive power given to him by Numbu? How? Anyway, we'll stop asking questions, okay? So what happened next is that the guy is trying to conduct a local government elections just before he leaves, if he ever leaves. The full barra that majority of people are, protesting for, supporting and doing all of that, come out to tell them that he didn't send them, that their actions have continued to complicate things for him, meaning all of you complaining either on TV or on the streets about what's going on in River State, you're not doing it in the interest of the full barra himself. Rather, you are complicating things. So in the last 6 months, the sole administrator of River State has ensured that not only that with the weakest men, as expected, have been recruited into the RCEC, the River State Independent Electoral Commission. That's sorted. Now, what we are now hearing is that the reason why he had to, not like Fubara has any power to change anything the way I think, this is all about, right? The guy said he's no longer interested in the government house, but somehow, he hasn't told them that he's no longer interested in coming back and just say, fuck it, I'm not doing it again. Rather, he has been begging, pleading in order to be brought back. So there is no threat that he will do otherwise than whatever he is told to do. So why the rush? Is there something that maybe people don't know? Anyway, so they've kind of like drawn the list. And with the weakest men, those guys who are those old men who are parading everywhere, fighting Fubar at that time, majority of them have been listed to return as local government chairmen, which is why they wanted to kill the fool before, like they took the feeding bottle out of their mouth. So they will be coming to become a chairman. But the twist to the whole thing now is that, is this even legal? So River State has now become a place where you can say it's a conquered place. If you're from River State, this is not a porno. You understand me now? This whole contest means that politically you have been conquered and your territory is now being shared among the rogues that executed the coup, that displaced and dislodged your supposed democratic institutions in that place. See that way, that's how it is, for real. So it is now being said that their local government chairman slots, they've given Akwabiole 5 slots. So meaning by the time they are going to be swearing for the weakest local government chairman, as it should be, the rest assured that 5 of them got that opportunity, they call it, because Akwabiole approved. It was given 5 slots ahead, 5 local government areas. So just choose. Wike does that a lot. When they build all this is fancy shining project, right? Then he named it after, he will name them after his friends, his pals, to give them this sense of fulfillment. And I think that's what's happening with the River State. A lot of the people have signed up for it, a lot are not. But before we get to that River State, here is a message from Acapella. Acapella is a comedian on top this Ibom Wahala. And when I come back, I'll take you to Rivers. I almost missed that. Listen to this.
Now, straight to the point, this message is to Madam Abix. Mama, you know, they talk about Madam Abix. Abix, you know, the chairperson Nigerians in diaspora or Nigerian diaspora. Mama, another head or human. Another head or human. I don't know the quota where you get. I don't know where your budget is, man. I don't know. You understand? I don't know how many heirs to human before action can be taken. So I'm just asking in case your budget still can accommodate. First of all, irresponsibility in Nigeria is in an all-time high. I condemn in every sense of it that a government official now go post the apology of an individual will violate aviation rule. And then when you talk, some people say that was from my personal hand. You know, say, sometimes I don't really know whether Nigerians generally no get sense, or they just gather some people who no get sense, give them voice. Like a government official in that capacity tweet something, as in post an apology for somebody who commits that kind of aviation offense. You say now from our personal. First, so let me say, if to say Tinubu official handle, official PBAT Twitter, you go say, oh, na Tinubu personal handle. He's not tweeting in the capacity. Una get sense at all. We were in this country when a youth copper, she did not talk down on the youth service corps organization, never. She only came out to rant as a Nigerian who's affected by the situations in Nigeria, especially with the fact that when the president came in, one of the first things he did was to remove subsidy without any cushion effect. And by so doing, everything went on the rise. The girl began cry, say, man, money where they no reach again. She did that rant as a Nigerian. We saw how speedily the NYSC came to take action, to say, oh, she's a core member, she has no right to speak as a Nigerian. Because first of all, she was not wearing a core member uniform. She never spoke about the youth service corps. She was just complaining about situations in the country. Just because they found out that she's a core member, they said she was sworn by, she's guarded by an oath. Now, the Nigerian chairman diaspora, they post an apology of Kwam when I say she did tweet from my person. It's still no get sense for that country. Now the craze finish all of now. Mama, now mama, you be you, we no get another one. Another head or human, or your poster now. And then people that are asking silly questions to say, oh, we need to see what this girl did. They should show us the whole video. When I really the craze. Let me assume that something happened inside that plane that made her react the way she was reacting inside the plane. We saw her hitting two different people in that plane. First of all, the one who was standing by the door, we make her no come out. This is after she don't try to destroy things inside that plane. If you have common sense, you will know that that lady standing by that door was only standing there so that security operatives can get there. I know they're there, but I can swear to anything that was the situation. She had to stand there so that security operatives can get there. Okay, we'll forget whatever happened inside the plane. Now that girl there on ground. Did you see how that girl was assaulting both fan staff, was assaulting AFSEC, like aviation security personnel? So everybody weighted that down. Nobody reached to talk to her because somebody provoked her inside plane. And then AFSEC, I know you really understand when I work these days. So what's wrong with AFSEC, bro? Kwam reach una dey pet am, una dey beg am. Bro, I be AFSEC, handcuff no dey that area. Handcuff cost for Nigeria. As that girl calm down normally, that girl suppose dey on cuffs first. That girl practically harassed everybody. Even me when they watch the video, she harassed me. She nearly tell me slap like this bad habits needs to stop. Nigerians now know they know when something don't do. I'm not even going to use the word scapegoat. Why should there even be a scapegoat? Everybody that has violated, do you understand? Everybody that has violated should face the consequences from Kwam 1 to Kwam 2. Oshomole did this thing the other time. They overlook her. Kwam 1 do you know because that very say to air is human. Mama, don't show you another air with a human now. Use your accommodator now. Post them now. You don't really need to wait for our apology video. Just tweet again. Say, oh, I saw the incident that happened this morning or yesterday concerning a passenger and Ibom air. To air is human. Una they really the craze. Bad character everywhere. How can somebody be that violent? Wait till you so she that girl now if they leave all those personnel, she go fit fight all of them in the guise of say somebody provoke her. And then why do we now have to extend so much grace for women when they misbehave? Especially women in the comment section. Oh, they must have been so when I say this one are cheating. Oh, you're gonna go cheat the say a woman does not just go and cheat, there must have been something he has done. Do you make same excuse? If it was a man that was being that violent, the first one I go talk and I say that's how he beats his wife at home. Imagine the way he's behaving after that. Imagine the woman that married him. The rich woman, oh now there must have been something she has done. Now they mad for that country. I beg you.
Acapella. The message is taken, delivered. And let us go to that River State now. The action of Ibas and Tifnumbu. Iba is acting based on the authority given to him by Tifnumbu, even though it is illegal. Somebody has something to say about that. You mind?
Firstly, like it is a notorious knowledge, a notorious fact that Air Vice Marshal Ibok, A.K. Ibas, was appointed as a sole administrator by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria under Section 305 of the Constitution, the emergency rule. And of course, if you look at Section 305 of the Constitution, under which he was appointed, the first paragraph of Section 305 says that the President can declare a state of emergency if, one,